Hey guys, Will here, and with our friend Links.
Hey guys, sorry about last week. We missed it. Um we were supposed to record and I lost my voice, so that's on me.
It's fine.
Um yeah. But this week we're going to be talking about actually I'll let William say what we're going to be talking about.
So we got a couple of things. We're gonna be talking about the recent Boba Fett show coming out. As the day of the recording of this, there's 2 episodes out, but I think me and Lincoln have only seen the first one.
Yes, I haven't seen the second one yet.
I haven't either. But so we're gonna give our impressions on it and what we think is gonna happen in this show from after the first episode, not based on what the second episode has at all. Um, Another thing we're looking at is the Multiverse of Madness. They recently, I think like a week ago, released a trailer for it, and that's pretty interesting what they've shown in it, and kind of gives us an idea of what the story's about. So that's interesting to look at,
It,
and
it is, yes.
possibly talking about maybe our favorite bounty hunters from the Star Wars universe, and then doing a Spider-Man movie tier list because the recent Spider-Man movie had come out 3 weeks ago. Still in theaters as well, right?
Uh yes, I think so.
Mm. Yeah, so that's
Um
what we have for today.
yes. And I have a trivia question.
Yes. Let me hear it.
So I think the movie is Empire Strikes Back, where all the bounty hunters show up, right? You get that scene, and then you get the famous like no incinerations or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think that is Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. Can you name all the bounty hunters that show up in that scene?
Okay. Oh man. I actually used to be able to do that. Um okay, so obviously of Boba Fett,
Mm-hmm.
you have Bosk.
Yes.
I don't remember. Is Dangar there?
Dengar is there.
Okay, so Dangar's there. Um Pretty sure no, there isn't an IG unit. There isn't one. I don't think. Not an IG unit. Um
There's 6 there.
yeah, I remember there's two robot kind of guys. Or not robot. There's these two guys. One starts with like a Z. And it's like Zenith or something weird.
I'll give
There's
you
like
that.
okay. And then there's like one that's like TM 301 or something.
No.
Oh man. There's definitely a robot there. I'm pretty
There's
sure
2 robots there.
there is. I feel like there's not an IG unit, but I feel like there is. Okay, is IG-88 there?
IG IG-88 is there.
Okay, okay.
So from left to right, we have Dengar. Well, of course, like looking at the scene, there's Darth Vader, and then he's talking to him. From left to right, the bounty hunters go Dengar, IG-88, Boba Fett, Bosk. Uh, Forgive me if I don't know how to say this. Forlom or something,
Oh, Forlorn.
or and then Zuckuss.
Zuckuss. Okay, so there wasn't a TM 301 or
I don't
whatever.
know how you came up with that,
I don't know, man.
but
It's um back in the day. I don't remember if I got you on this game or I got you in the other one, but there was a Star Wars mobile game that involved cards.
oh, yes, yes.
That's how like learned most of the characters I know names because there'd be
I'm
like
sad
characters I
that that
didn't
game
know.
doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't. Yeah, it ended
Yeah,
like I think 6 years ago. I
I
think
remember
actually
you had like Kiadi Mundi.
5 star. This
Yeah, I remember
man,
that.
that was a good game.
It was a
I think
good
everything,
game.
but
Um,
yeah, I got 80%. Let's say 80%.
Yeah, I'll give you the one with the Z. Um, just because I was tough. Like I had typed in like when I was looking for him, I was like, okay, what is this guy's name? I think it's Zuck or something like that. I just forgot the last part. So
Yeah, I just remembered it as Z, and I was like, God, no, is it Zenith? But it's Zuckus. I forgot.
yes,
And Forlorn. I remember what that looked like. I think,
I did too. I just couldn't think of their names.
but yeah, bounty hunters.
All
So
right.
speaking of a bounty hunter that was in that scene that we just talked about,
Oh, smooth
I know,
transition.
I know,
Smooth
I'm
transition.
smooth. We're talking about the Boba Fett show. Now,
Yes,
we had different opinions on this. I'm pretty sure.
we did. I
I
was a little disappointed with the first episode.
I liked it for the most part. There is something I think that we agree though, is that they kind of nerfed Boba Fett.
They definitely did. And I don't like that.
I mean, in The Mandalorian, you have him like wrecking stormtroopers upon stormtroopers, and then in this one,
We, I'm gonna say even in The Mandalorian, he was nerfed.
I don't know, man, he was killing a lot of stuff.
And
A
I'm
lot of
thinking
stuff.
of one scene in particular, right? I'm thinking of the scene where he fights the one
Oh,
Mandalorian.
the Sasha Banks.
Yeah, he should have definitely wiped the
Yeah,
floor.
you should have.
I I still think it's hard to do a Boba Fett, right? Because I mean, saying with like any saying like don't think they did Grievous well on the Clone Wars. It's hard to do Django as well. Just like because these characters are so like brutal and like so their feats are just really amazing, and it's just hard to do that because
Kind of like how Jedi are underpowered in the movies, but then like in canon and lore, they can like do absolutely insane things.
yeah, like how Plo Koon gets taken out, right?
Yeah,
Like just how all the Jedi get taken out, you're kind of like, oh, well, that was kind of underwhelming, you know?
I mean it's good for the movie scene and it fits it pretty well. But like when you look at it lore wise, you're like, dang, got taken out pretty easily.
Yeah. Um, but my first impression of the show was, okay, this is a good show, right? It's just, I don't know. It's going to be tough to see how it advances because really the only characters that are on Boba's side are him,
I like the
Finnick
Gamorrean
Sean,
guards.
and then two Gamorrean guards. Like, how are you supposed to create a guild with like four people? I don't know.
Well, technically, I guess he's the daimyo or the warlord of the region, but just he has to earn that. You can't just
Yeah,
kill Bib Fortuna and just claim it. You have to like actually earn it, I guess.
yeah. I want to punch that one guy in the face. Do you have
Yeah,
anything to offer me? And he's like, your life.
and then Phoenician's like for you to leave unmolested.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, I mean that guy was kind of weird. Just the
yeah.
way he
So
acts.
yeah, I have some theories, but we'll get to this in a minute after the impression.
So overall, like I agree with you that it's a good show, but like Boba definitely is nerfed in it. He's starting from really nothing, and it's kind of hard to see how he's going to end up with a bunch of stuff. But I mean,
Yeah,
that's part of the story, though. So
I
we're going to see him
totally,
build it up.
I totally agree. I think though you did have a good point when we were talking about it. You said, well, it may be because he's still healing from everything.
Yeah, I mean, in the first episode, we have a flashback plot and then a modern prison plot. In the flashback, it completely is understandable why he's getting beat around. He
Yeah,
survived
because he doesn't
Luke.
have any food or any water at all.
Yeah, he has literally no sustenance. He was in a starlight pit, survived that, got out, knocked out by a Jawa, which is funny. Jawa's
Yeah,
just
that
like,
was good.
just hits him in the head. It's funny. They rob him. He has nothing. He's put into slavery. No food, no water. He's exhausted. I mean, and he gets beat up a bunch, you know?
Mhm.
But in the modern, um, from The Mandalorian, I don't remember him getting injured at all. So it's kind of weird that there's this random injury holding Boba back. Like we don't know what
Yeah,
the
that
deal
is
is.
strange.
Like it's just kind of random that it's just there. He didn't show any signs of that previously.
I agree, it is a little weird. I don't know. I We'll just see where the story goes, you know? Because I guess I'm willing to forgive some of, like, that like, a plot point like that if, like, the character just, like, builds up. But
Yeah,
one thing I'm not willing to forgive is how Boba Fett this is a different character, it feels like. This is not Boba.
it does feel like a different character because I mean it's a different actor. You know, it's it's different.
Yeah, and it's just more so
I
hmm.
mean,
He's
this is a
I
different
don't think
Boba.
honestly, I don't think
It's 20
Boba
years
would
later.
say, "I wanna rule with respect." Boba Fett would, like, just kill anyone. He'd be like, "Okay," like
Yeah, I mean he's like a guy that could even talk back to Darth Vader. You know,
yeah.
he
But you get cool scenes with, like, the lightsaber fight against Darth Vader. Like, you know,
yeah.
that's kind of the Boba Fett, like, I think everybody's hoping shows up.
Well, I think one thing we have to think about is he's a different character than he was. It's 20 years later. He's lived with Tuscans. He's done all this
Yes,
and that.
but also, I don't think that would change him too much. We'll see, we'll see.
Well, if it does get enough backstory, I can see it. But yeah, we'll have to see. I think though, some of the fights, like where they were cool, but not very sensical, in my opinion. Like like when they're leaving the club, right? You see the two
Yeah,
Gamorrean guards behind them. I noticed this the first time I watched it. I did watch it a second time with others. The first time I noticed this, Gamorreans were with them behind them as they were leaving, but then when it cut back to them, the Gamorrean guards were gone. And it was just them walking. And I was like, where are the Gamorrean guards? And then they get
huh,
jumped, and then the Gamorrean guards show up to save them. And I was like, okay, they took the Gamorrean guards out of the scene so they could bring them back in for an action thing. And another thing, someone brought this up to me when I was talking to them about the first episode. You know how they were encircled?
yes.
Um, See, Boba Fett has a jetpack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
So
was kind of a weird thing, but I also think he was this is it's a tough thing because 'cause you're not sure how injured he is or, like, what, but I don't think he was, like, giving it his all, for sure.
yeah,
Um, because I think he easily could have killed everyone by himself, personally, if it was, like, the
well, you
Boba
should have
we
been
know.
able to.
Yeah, which I think they probably should have done that. It would've just shown how awesome he is, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, I guess we should go on to, like, theories about the show.
Yeah.
Um, so obviously there's another force, whether it is a bounty hunt, like if they commission bounty hunters to do deal or like contracts or whatever, there seems to be a pretty powerful opposing force. And one thing that comes to mind is Kira from Han Solo. You know?
See, I was thinking it might be the remnants of Darth Maul's crime syndicate.
Yeah. And that'd be completely fair because we know that's within the universe. Um I wouldn't be surprised if they did that because me personally, I think the solo Star Wars movie was pretty good. Um I didn't think it was like the best, of course. I thought it was good. Um and that is a character that they really could use, you know?
I mean, I agree. I think
Um
I don't know if she would be part of it though, of like the Boba Fett series,
yeah,
but
I feel like that's too much of a reach. It might just be some random guy too. Um
for all we know, it could be the mayor, you know,
yeah,
because he didn't get his tribute. I don't know.
and I
It's
also think
interesting.
something that's going to happen. I guess I've heard like rumors that there's this dark Jedi Arden Lin or something. I don't know much about this character at all. I haven't even heard of the character, I don't think, until like someone brought it up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Yeah, apparently in the trailer there was this character with a metal arm, and people are saying it's this character called Arden Len, who's like a dark
Okay,
Jedi who it's complicated. She's like 1,000 years old or something because she was in a state of stasis. She's kind of like an assassin, I guess.
so she's like a Sith assassin.
Not a Sith because she's a dark Jedi, you
So
know.
she's just like dark side, but not part of the Sith.
Yeah, basically.
Hmm.
But one route they could take in the show is them Boba fighting Force users, right?
I
Where
feel
like a
like
bunch of like
I, f-
powerful Force users show up, or
I feel like that would take away from the crime syndicate thing that they were going for. Like that's what it seemed like they were doing in the trailer. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. But what I think is more likely is you'll see um maybe one Force user, right?
Hmm.
And then you'll see some bounty hunters, which
I want to see Enbo.
I was gonna say that. I was like, every everybody wants to see Cad Bane, right? I want to see Imbo.
Pretty sure Cad
Um,
Bane's dead by this point
yeah, I
because
thought he
Boba
was
kills him,
too,
right?
but I thought so. Um, it would be interesting to see like a flashback of that.
Yeah.
Um, it'd also be really cool to see Bosk.
For some
I,
reason, I feel like Bosk died,
you
but I
think
don't know
Bosk?
why.
Maybe. I don't know.
Though
Or
we did see a Trandoshan already, so
you
they could easily
did
make Bosk.
because Bosk and Boba are so like tied together. I feel.
Yeah.
Um, with Bosk, I feel teaching Boba a lot about bounty hunting, which Bosk is not like the best character in the Star Wars stories. He's actually a pretty like bad guy, but he really did seem to care for Boba for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's very plausible that they bring in prolific bounty hunter. Um,
I mean, you've already seen an IG-17 unit that could bring in IG-88.
I don't feel like they'll do IG-88 because they have, they did the IG unit and the Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's more towards like Dengar. Um, I could see Aura Singh as well.
Nah, dude.
Bosk.
Orsting's dead, bro.
Aura Singh.
Remember?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Han Solo in the movie. I forgot what his name is. Woody Harrelson's character says, well, he's like, oh, you're the man who killed Orison. I forgot what his name is, though. But yeah, Orison's
Forgot
dead.
about that. You're right.
Yes.
Golly, how many of these bounty hunters are alive at this point?
I mean, it's been 20 years
That's
since we've.
true. Well,
Well, I mean, not 20 years for them. It's been like 10 years? Question mark? I don't know how
yeah.
long this takes place because it's after the Empire's been destroyed. But like they've been destroyed for like I think 5 years. I think.
Yeah. One thing that's like just going around just because there's Tusken Raiders, right, is
Darth
Darth
Crate.
Crate.
Yeah.
I don't think that's likely
I don't think that's likely either.
because they already did their sequel trilogy, like Darth correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Darth Crate plays a really big role. Like he is the big bad for the sequel trilogy and Legends.
I don't remember, but I do remember he was trying to remember. I don't remember of his importance.
I'm pretty sure he's a pretty significant like Sith. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while since like I've really looked into Star Wars. I've more so been looking into like Marvel and DC recently, but I'm pretty sure he has a really big story within this Star Wars Legends just because it's like I know there's that like significant thing where he takes off his mask to show that he's a human to Anakin. And I guess more so like he's kind of angry at Anakin for what he did to his people, and that turns him into a dark user somewhat.
Well, I think Dark Crate is. I just looked him up a bit. I think he's not canon for sure because he's Ki-Adi-Mundi's Padawan,
Mm.
and we didn't really see him in Clone Wars nor the movies. And I feel like if they did bring him in, they'd have to give him a different story for sure.
Yeah, that is true. I just don't think they'll do it. I'd love to see like a Sith like that. It'd be
Yeah.
amazing. I just think that's like a really high hope
Yeah.
because then you have the First Order coming about and it'd be like, okay, Sidious is out there. There can't be another one because Sidious would probably kill another Dark user. Just because Sidious was like using the Force across the galaxy or something, like just insane stuff. I don't know. You
Yeah.
know. Um yeah, I think it's gonna be a pretty straightforward series, not a lot of surprises. I could definitely be wrong. I think there's gonna be a few like cameo appearances that you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I
But I
agree.
guess looking at the bounty hunters, a lot of them are dead. I don't think Dengar's dead. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I think he's
Dengar
alive.
is alive
Could see
because
Asajj Ventress.
that's true. You could. Is she alive?
She, I think she's alive. I mean, I don't know
I
what happened to her after the Empire rose. the last thing I think we saw of her was being a bounty hunter with, Dengar and all those guys.
Yeah, that's true. Um,
Or that
um,
purple girl with like the scarf thing. You remember what I'm talking about? It's like a scarf tail thing where she like throws it and
oh
like
yes, 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 yes. Um, that would be interesting to see. I think I don't know if they do Asajj, just because Ventress is like super powerful. Like I hate to say it, but Ventress is a really powerful character. Um,
I mean she couldn't beat General Grievous, you know.
yeah,
But
but
General
for
Grievous
like
is also really strong. So
where Boba is right now, she would wipe the floor with him.
yeah,
Just because like Boba can't even take out some guards like that. Asajj could have like done that very easily.
yeah. The Gamorrean guards did more in a fight than Boba did.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be hard to bring in a character like that. You'd have to bring in a character that's maybe not as fast, maybe a little older. So I could see Dengar or you know.
Yeah. I mean we'll see.
Yeah. I'm excited for this show. You know, I don't feel like it's gonna be Mandalorian level, but I feel like it's gonna be good.
I hope so.
All right, I guess we're moving on.
Yeah. So
So, do you want to talk about our favorite bounty hunters?
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, what I forgot to mention. A lot of people think Omega's going to show up in this show.
See, you never watched Bad Batch, but do you
Yeah,
know what Omega is?
it's like the clone female version of Boba, right?
So it's basically that, but it's like you know how Boba's an genetically unaltered like a genetically unaltered clone.
Yeah.
Omega is that, but a female version. And so like you had Boba was the alpha, Omega is the Omega clone.
I really don't like that concept.
Yeah. I mean, she was with the Bad Batch. We don't know how she ends up with Boba if she does show up. I mean, I don't know what she's like, what she would be doing. But a lot of people were saying ever since they found out who Omega was like, oh, she'll be in this. But I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like a really weird concept. I think they're really just. It's possible, of course, right? Who knows? Omega could be the leader of the other city. Like, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
It'd be compelling and interesting, but I feel like
Well, I mean, the Bad
you could
Batch
definitely
in this show
easily
is
do too
doing
much in this show.
could easily. But the Bad Batch, last time we saw them, they were doing like odd jobs for like they're doing like bounty hunter work.
Wouldn't they
Even
basically be like almost dead now?
yeah, because they age faster. They age double the time. So
Yeah,
I mean, them and Rex are like close to death, probably at this point. Where they're
because like in
like,
Rebels, I remember seeing like Rex.
yeah, he's old.
Yeah, which I guess Rex is also in
Well, that's just a
Return
theory
of the Jedi. Yeah, right.
where it's like, oh, there's Rex, but it's like, nah. Apparently, he was on the Battle of Endor, but that wasn't him.
Oh, it wasn't.
It wasn't him, but he was on the Battle of Endor,
That's pretty
apparently.
funny.
But everyone's
Um,
like, oh, he's on the Battle of Endor. Guy with white beard. has to be him.
It really does look like him.
It does, but you know, it wasn't planned like that at all. But I feel like Star Wars could be like, oh yeah, yeah, this is Rex. Just make it canon. I would like if they did that, but they haven't. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
what's
Oh,
your favorite bounty hunter? In the comments, put your favorite bounty hunter down right
this is
now.
a tough one.
I know what mine is, so I think it might be
Embo.
pretty obvious. Enbo, that man is amazing.
That is an amazing character.
Him and his so while you're thinking, I'll talk about Embo. Here we go. Enbo, man. Don't know what race he is? Doesn't matter. You've seen this man snap necks in Clone Wars. This guy
I
has
know.
killed people. He does not care. He has a kind of similar to what Chewbacca has. He has a crossbow laser gun. I don't. Yeah, he has that. He also has a helmet, and he pretends to be Captain America. So like he throws his helmet around, uses it as a shield, does all kinds of stuff. And sometimes he's accompanied by a dog thing, and this dog thing also helps him kill people. So,
Very
even
cool
though
character.
even though Enbo did lose to Savage and got like his helmet dented, I mean, not every bounty hunter can fight Savage. You know what I mean?
That is very true. Um,
I feel like you're a Dengar guy.
I'm not. I'm kind of stuck between Embo and Django.
Django is really cool. Like he's probably like if you were to think about bounty hunters of all time, he's like the most prolific Jedi killer and like most able to do that. Of course, Boba is able to do that stuff too. But like Django doesn't really get the love he deserves. You know what I
I
mean?
totally agree. He's way cooler than a lot of people give him credit for.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really cool bounty hunters. It's hard to pick one. I know one that's insane is like Dirge or whatever. Have you heard of that character?
Dirge.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen Dirge. He was in the 2003 animated Clone Wars. Have you not seen this fight?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, okay, we're watching this. It's happening. We're doing this right
It's
now.
insane.
Wait, you said you haven't seen it, or you have seen it?
No, I said he's insane.
You know that from just from the comics?
Yeah.
Let's see. Dirge. Actually insane. So he's really cool, but I don't know what happens to him after the Clone Wars.
I don't know what happens to a lot of these characters. Yeah.
So
Insane. Yeah, I definitely have to say Django is my favorite bounty hunter, though.
yeah,
Embo is up there, for sure.
yes. We're moving
I'm not
on to Multiverse of
seen.
Madness. Have you not seen the trailer?
I think I have.
As
I guess we can
Wanda
go through and
in
kind of
it.
break it down.
Yeah, yeah. So it has Wanda in it. He Doctor Strange is basically he doesn't understand probably what's going on. This was
This is
the
directed
official
by Sam Raimi, right?
um I don't know.
Yeah, it was. So it's bound to be a good movie.
Yeah. So the what I guess is is happening is the universe is falling apart because of the spell stuff. He probably doesn't understand what spell happened.
Yeah. I mean, he did kind of break the universe because, like, he altered every universe, it seems like.
Yeah, he did something. So then he goes to Wanda for help because she's the Scarlet Witch, you know.
Yeah,
And she'll probably have some stake in it, getting her sons back. And Vision, maybe. Do you think
definitely gonna be
Vision's gonna be
interesting.
in this movie?
I think it'd be. I don't think so. I think it'd be good to let Scarlet Witch kind of have her own light, you know?
Yeah,
Um, it's possible though. Who's supposed to be the villain?
himself, I think. It's a dark Doctor Strange, like in What If.
Huh,
And maybe, oh, what's his name? The guy who always says, "You've got to pay the bill." You
I
know,
don't
the
know.
bill guy.
Oh, is that Mordu or whatever the
More, yeah, Mordo or something like that.
I don't know if it's Mordu or Mordo.
Mordo, I think.
Yeah, Mordu is the bear from Brave.
Oh wow.
Um, we definitely see a few characters, right? We see American Chavez,
Hmm.
which she has the power to like hop through dimensions, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because of what she did in oh,
Um,
I forgot what it's called. My mind just broke. So it says, Shuma Gorath is going to be the probably the main villain.
so the Lego set said there was a character named Gargantos, but Shuma Gorath is like in the trailer. Is that Shuma Gorath?
Well, it seems to be.
Well, the problem with that is I don't think Shuma Gorath has ever been let out.
Well, it says so. It does say it's Gargantos, but everyone's thinking it's Shuma Gorath, though. Maybe
Just
with like a different name.
if it is Shuma Gorath, it's going to be very difficult for. Because Shuma Gorath has never been like let out because Shuma Gorath would like basically be unstoppable if it was out into like the real world, right?
Yeah.
So that's the very difficult part about it, just because the character is so powerful. Which it doesn't look like it's.
Oh, wait a minute. I was just looking at stuff on the internet. And so you remember in What If the tentacle monster?
I think that was Shuma Gorath. I think that was just the
That
main
is
angled one.
well, apparently, like I don't know if it is, but if that is Shumagorath, the What If Doctor Strange absorbed part of Shumagorath. So maybe that's the bad Doctor Strange, a guy
No,
who's absorbed part of
is
Shumagorath.
that Strange Supreme, the bad Doctor Strange in the trailer?
I don't know for sure, but it's just kind of like
I just
it,
don't see how Doctor Strange could take on Strange Supreme,
with the Scarlet Witch.
even with the Scarlet Witch.
True, the power is very
This guy ate a universe.
well. He's pretty cracked, but maybe movie version is incorrect.
Mm.
He might not be broken.
They'd really have to give Wanda some incredible power, as well as Doctor Strange.
You see, what they need to do is bring in Doctor Fate. Obviously, obviously, Doctor Fate, right?
William,
Yeah. Do you have a problem with Doctor Fate being in the Marvel Universe?
yeah, I do, because he's not.
Dang.
But Doctor Fate definitely would be good if he was in the Marvel universe, but he's not. I'm just trying to think of if it is Shumagorath. Or even if it is Strange Supreme, I just don't see how you could do that. Like,
Well, maybe they'll bring in a bunch of Doctor Stranges together. You don't know. We have no idea really what's going on in this movie. People also are saying maybe Loki will appear.
Loki's not going to be able to do anything against either of those characters either. Like, I don't know.
Maybe Kang the Conqueror shows up to beat Strange Supreme.
Not happening.
Oh, I see.
I mean, the power level is just way too off for it, if it's Shumagorath or if it's Strange Supreme. Strange Supreme went up against someone with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Ultron Vision shows up. The Watcher shows up.
I still think he'd body the Watcher,
Yeah, the
personally.
Watcher was getting bodied by
I just
Ultron.
I think the skill cap is way too high. Like that's just way too powerful of a character.
Maybe it's just an
Um,
illusion. So it's not actually Strange Supreme.
mhm. It definitely does seem like they're going to be doing some dimension hopping. Maybe they're fighting multiple characters. Because Shumagorath does seem like a likely option. Because Shumagorath could be going after American Chavez so he can enter the real world, right?
Yeah,
They just have to tone down Shumagorath's powers.
they would need to.
Because Shumagorath is way too powerful. Um,
I
hmm.
mean, this was just the teaser trailer also. Not even like a full trailer.
I think it will definitely be a good movie. It looks like it's going to be kind of a horror movie too, which was very interesting. Did you get that vibe as well?
I did get the vibe. I mean, the way that they show everything, like the unknown with like the
Yeah.
dimensions, like the way the world's breaking apart. It really does remind you of the What If episode, though. A lot of it. The way the universe is breaking apart.
This is true. Um, I just think it's going to be hard because they're going to have to like make. It's a really tough situation because Wanda and Doctor Strange together, they're very powerful characters. But Shumagorath is a very powerful character. Like Wanda would have to be reading the Darkhold like very significantly to be able to warp reality to beat Shumagorath.
Maybe they'll pick up Agnetha Harkness too.
That's a possibility as well. I think that would be tough though because Agatha would just like steal the power of
Shumagorath. Yeah.
yeah or something.
You know what they could do? They
What
have
could they?
the Sorcerer's Supreme help out. Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme.
Wong probably will show up too, but I don't think Wong's very powerful at all.
I was joking, Lincoln. Gosh. He's the Sorcerer Supreme, though,
He is.
because Doctor Strange disappeared for 5
He got it
years.
off of a technicality.
A Technica.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what's interesting? Wong in the actual movie wasn't like, don't cast that spell. He was like, just don't have me involved. And just left. Just kind of funny. It's funny how
it's,
they
it's
do
kind of
view.
interesting in the credit scene. You see him say, "Don't cast that spell," for Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm calling it. It's Mephisto.
it's Mephisto. It is. Just has to be. Nah, you see, Doctor Strange is gonna go to Dormammu and ask him to bargain.
Oh no. Um, I could see them doing a thing where it's like not Strange Supreme. It's just like a Dark Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think a lot of people associate that with Strange Supreme. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that would be confusing to have two of those characters. But I don't think Strange Supreme is necessarily bad anymore.
Well, maybe. Well, that's from What If. I was just thinking, right, as you were saying that, what if this Dark Strange isn't a bad guy?
That
Like
could be
he's
possible.
a bad guy, but he's not the bad guy.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough situation.
I mean, I don't know where they would where this would leave the Marvel universe at. You know what I mean?
I don't either, but I really trust Sam Raimi. I feel like Sam Raimi definitely knows what he's
Yeah.
doing.
Is there anything else you have to say
Um,
about
I
Multiverse
just
of
feel like
Madness?
we haven't seen enough yet. Like
Yeah.
it kind of feels weird because I feel like we used to get trailers so early for these movies.
Well, this was the teaser.
Yeah, but now it feels like we
Oh, yeah, it
get
comes out in
trailers at
like
the
five
last.
months.
Yeah, like I feel like a month before the movie drops, we get a trailer, which is okay. I mean, it doesn't give us time to like speculate and stuff like that,
Well,
which is probably better.
damn, Batman gave us 4 trailers
Well,
already.
I mean,
It's
that is
been
DC.
true, but like it's been a lot. DC's over doing trailers, and MCU's not giving enough at this
Yeah,
moment.
it's just because the MCU is so like hyped right now. Like they don't even have to do anything. People are gonna go see their movies.
True.
I mean, it does help the market, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um, I think it will be a good movie.
I mean, I
I think it's gonna
don't doubt
be
it.
different for sure. Like it's gonna be like a Shang-Chi. It's gonna be a different style
I
and
mean,
whatever.
one of my favorite Marvel movies is the first Doctor Strange, right?
Yes.
And I think that movies like Shang-Chi were actually really good. And um, if they do, well, I think Shang-Chi might be in it. You never know. Because he's doing stuff with the wall.
That's true. I don't know because it's so hard to say because there's such a wide power gap between like it's very difficult because it's like kind of having the Hulk and
Hawkeye.
Sin- yeah, yeah. It would be like having or even like Hulk and Captain Marvel teaming up and then Hawkeye comes along for the ride. It's kind of like, huh, like that's
Yeah,
kind of weird because then you have like Doctor Strange and Wanda and whoever you bring along is just going to kind of lag for
yeah.
sure. Like,
I mean,
um,
the Marvel universe, cinematic universe, is in a weird spot because I thought this phase was gonna be Kang the Conqueror and the multiverse, but then they've also set up stuff with the Eternals. You know,
yeah,
they're
I
setting up
don't.
the Celestials, and I don't know. I think by the end of this phase, or whenever the multiverse is finally done, then they'll do the Celestial stuff. like
When
stuff.
they finally decide how they want to do the multiverse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. We don't know still how the Venom and all those movies are coming through. What I have heard recently is kind of what you brought up 2 weeks ago was Andrew Garfield possibly getting his own movie or TV show in the Sonyverse, and he'll be the Spider-Man for that universe.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Um,
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I wouldn't either. I feel like they could have a lot of good storylines. Like,
He is
personally,
pretty
I
old though.
really think this. I think they need to do a Mr. Negative storyline. I think it'd be
Yeah.
very compelling.
Well, Sony already confirmed that the next time you'll see Spider-Man, Venom will be the villain.
Well, that's really good for me because
Things came out saying that I don't know if I sent you this
you
video.
did send me the video that he was
Uh,
supposed to be the sixth villain.
yeah,
I'm glad they didn't do that.
I mean, but the Sinister Six, Lincoln.
I mean,
Sinister Six.
you know how I was from the beginning. Green Goblin was never part of the Sinister Six, as far as I know.
But
So I'm okay with that.
but there's only five.
We'll we'll get our Sinister Six, and it will be like the Vulture, Scorpion, Doc Ock. Hopefully, we'll get Doc Ock in the Sinister Six. Um, Hobgoblin, like you'll get a really good lineup.
We'll see. Technically, though, did the Spider-Man movie just make three different universes for uh, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies, where Green Goblin doesn't die at the end of his movie, and then a Spider-Man 2 universe where Doc Ock doesn't
Oh
die.
my gosh, I haven't even thought about that yet.
Mhm. The multiverse is weird, man. It's weird.
It is weird. I don't know what they're gonna do. Hopefully they just won't touch Tobey
Just don't touch
Maguire's universe.
it. Yeah. Well,
I
let's.
heard a theory that they still die anyways.
They probably do, because by the time they get taken back, they might just straight up still die. You know,
Yeah.
like turns out they grabbed Green Goblin right before he says Godspeed, Spider-Man. So he just pops in and just gets impaled.
Yeah. I'm not
Or
sure.
Doc Ock still drowning, trying to stop the sun he made. Like, he turns good at the end, anyways. So he's still gonna die, right?
That is true.
I don't know.
Um, yeah, a lot of weird stuff. I guess we did touch on that when we did the Spider-Man review. There's a lot of plot holes that like a lot of people are starting to realize now.
Yeah.
It's okay though. Well, talking about Spider-Man,
Oh,
we have a Spider-Man tier list to do, I think.
we do indeed.
I don't know if it's a physical tier list or what it is, but
I'll show you right now. So this is a tier list I picked up on the official tier list site template by a guy named Jacob. So mad respect to Jacob. I'm looking at this tier list though. I seen Far From Home twice though, for some reason.
that's
I don't
Far
know
From
why.
Home,
Sorry, No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah,
Oh,
I see
this
it
is
twice.
that good. Did you
Yeah,
not
yeah,
see
yeah.
the Raimi cut? Gosh.
Gosh, the Raimi cut did. I actually would love the Tobey Maguire just doing stuff. The perspective of Tobey Maguire.
That would be awesome actually. Um
So the Venom movies are also included here because this is Spider-Man movies. and he's a Spider-Man villain.
I really haven't seen the Venom movies, but
I haven't seen the second one, so if you want to, I'll just make a new setting where it's just a new one where it's uh,
I feel like we shouldn't
undistinguishable.
include the Venom ones in the Spider-Man tier list.
Fair. We'll just ignore them. Okay.
Okay,
Make a
so
plan.
the best movie in my opinion is Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Um,
Or is this Spider-Man 2? I can't tell. No. Let me zoom in heavily. There you go. Yeah, this is.
I think the one with Mary Jane is Spider-Man 1.
Yeah. It's Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. So, Spider-Man 2 is definitely the best one.
The second best one, this is, in my opinion,
I know what you want to say.
what do I want to say, William?
You're going to be one of those people that are like, oh, because of these movies, this movie's the best. You want to put No Way Home, don't you?
No, I want to put Spider-Man 1.
Okay, then we're in the same mind. That's right.
That's tough. That is really tough. You do with it what you want.
I'm gonna put it in A for now. For now, but if I don't feel like the other ones are equal to it, I'm gonna move it up.
Alright, so I guess we should finish off with the Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 is
Gosh, this is so polarizing. I
See, I
love this
actually
movie.
really like Spider-Man 3,
I can admit that it's not as good as Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2,
but it's not
but
bad.
it does have a special place in my heart.
I'll give it a B. What do you think?
Okay, I think that's fair.
I think a B. It's definitely not with these two, but like we got to see the Black Spider-Man suit, okay?
Yeah,
And it's
so
on the best Spider-Man suit we've ever seen. It's the black version of the best suit. So
um I think that's debatable.
I think I'm right in that you're wrong.
But when it comes to this list, as always, like this is of course our opinion, and like also we are spacing out the list a lot because all these I could I could see us shifting it up one category, but we're spacing them out because we don't want it to just be like top tier, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess we should move to the Andrew Garfield movies.
Yes. So, The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
The Amazing Spider-Man 1 is the second one. Um,
The first movie, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a B.
you're gonna give it a B.
A B. I don't think Andrew Garfield's movie ever reached the tier of A or S.
I agree.
So I do think you could put it B. I'm okay with it being considered better than the third Spider-Man movie, but I personally would disagree with them.
I think it's below the third Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty fair place to put it. I mean,
Yeah.
people are definitely realizing like, hey, this was Andrew Garfield had very solid acting. It's just the plot was terrible in these movies.
Yeah.
Um,
This one, I mean, I think it's a C.
you think it's a C? I think it's a D.
You think it's a D? Why do you think
I
it's
think
a?
so.
I think the redeeming thing for this is the uh romance subplot.
Yeah, that is true.
Not that it was the best representation, but that it actually it had an impact. You know what I mean?
I
You
just
saw Gwen Stacy die.
the Electro is terrible.
It
Electro is
is.
really bad. The Green Goblin is terrible.
It is.
Um,
Rhino is
gosh,
okay.
Yeah, right. He was in the movie for like 30 seconds, but
Yeah, Rhino's okay.
fair enough. Um, thing I was really hyped to see Rhino in the next movie too.
Yeah.
Um, C is fine.
Okay. So Homecoming, right?
Homecoming, I
Because
think, is a B tier
I
movie.
I would say it's B. Also, would you put it above Andrew Garfield?
No,
I I really like the Vulture.
okay. I used to really like Michael Keaton as the Vulture, but the more I think about it, it's
He's not
like,
how the Vulture would be in the comics. I
yeah,
understand that, but he's such a good actor with it. You know what I mean?
it is a really compelling movie. And the problem is, I've seen it so many freaking times because I swear every time I go to watch something on TV, it's always on. I don't know why, but I think it's above the Amazing Spider-Man. Do you?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would say it's above the Amazing Spider.
It's just so hard for me to put it in front of Spider-Man 3, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Probably a better movie, right?
yeah.
But Spider-Man 3 just has a special place in my heart.
Well, I think one thing that maybe you'll agree with me on is the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies have the best action.
I would totally agree with you on that.
Like it's just amazing. And the music too. Oh my gosh, you can't, dude. It's too good.
So, I'm gonna ask you, what do you think we should do with Homecoming?
I mean, I think I'm okay with it being above the Amazing Spider-Man, but not as good as Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
So,
this
next
is
one.
probably my
Are you
this
still
is a
on
pretty bad
Homecoming
movie.
or Far From Home?
Far From Home. This is a bad movie.
Why would you say that?
I just didn't like it.
When I saw it, I liked seeing the Spider-Man noir outfit. I don't like MJ though.
I don't like MJ in this movie. Mysterio feels
He was
weird.
cool until he wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. The cinematically amazing shots with Mysterio. The whole Peter Parker spider sense not working. That's just weird. Um,
I
you
mean, I'm
know,
thinking putting it above the second one in C.
fair enough.
That's just what I'm thinking.
I'm
Um,
thinking, gosh, I
is
can't do
Mysterio
that.
dead?
I think so, but I think he should have been in the this past movie. That's just my personal
Okay,
opinion.
so Mysterio's master plan was to get himself killed and reveal Spider-Man's identity, or was it like, if I die, this is released,
I think
kind of
it's
thing?
like if I die, this happens.
Because
But
he basically killed himself. He shot himself,
hmm.
right?
So yeah, so
Far from home.
I'm still debating on uh, Far From Home. Is it above The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yes,
I agree with you, but I think it's pretty close. I just really don't like that movie.
I think it had some good parts, but to be honest, I wouldn't rewatch either of those movies. You know,
That's fair enough, yeah. Um, No Way Home. Personally, I think it's A tier.
I I would I would agree.
It's just where should we put it in A tier? That's the
After
that's the
Spider-Man
point of
1.
contention, I think, for me and you.
See, you can't beat the original. I mean, sure, the Spider-Man had all the previous Spider-Man and most of their villains, but I mean,
I mean, Green Goblin was amazing in both of these movies. Ah,
yeah. I mean, I
God,
think it depends. Would you rather see your Spider-Man fighting the Green Goblin or getting destroyed by the Green Goblin? You'll see him get
that's so
destroyed
tough.
is still pretty good.
It's so tough because the better movie is Spider-Man 1, but like it's just so cool to see everything happen and Far From or No Way Home, right?
You see, I do have. Sorry, I'm moaning. I do have my grievances with this movie that we discussed in our previous review of it.
Yeah. It's just been so long since I've seen the first Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember what happened. I think this is a good list though. I think you could move Far From Home and yeah, I think you could move those down to D tier.
and then move.
Uh, I don't know. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah. You know what?
Dang, you're right. You're right. Um, yeah. Just overhyped in general. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Honestly, just
all the Sam Raimi movies, F tier.
yeah, just and then yeah, that's
Gosh. Okay, I guess this is our list.
yeah, that's our list.
All right, well, I don't know what to say at this point.
Yeah.
If you're excited for the Book of Boba Fett, like, tell us what you're most excited for, along with like, what do you hope they do with the Star Wars universe? Me personally, I'd love to see Old Republic stuff.
I would as well.
Revan, amazing. Um, do I think they'll do it? Um, Probably not, because it would be really hard to mess with that story. Because
Yeah.
Revan is just so amazing. So is Malik, like just amazing characters in general. Um, it's possible though because they are coming out with the remake, so we'll see. We'll have to give you an update on Doctor Strange because I still have no clue what's going on with that movie.
Yeah.
Um, I know
I
this was an
mean,
option today, but
I mean, I think we did pretty good.
yeah, we covered a lot of stuff. It seems like. So, comment down below if you'd like us to review anything else. I need to gosh, I say this and like I just haven't put any effort into it. It's really the Japanese with subtitles that really messed me up on this. I need to finish my hero.
I think the English might be out by this point.
Really?
I think you're good by this point.
Yeah, because that really messed me up. I don't know. William, let
Yeah.
me tell you this. The new
Um,
season of Cobra Kai came out.
okay. So
and
I'm
I watched it
thinking of
all.
watching it.
It's so good. It is so good.
You know what? I'll okay, so either this okay, either by next recording or the recording after the next recording, I will have finished the first season or the second season. We'll see how much I
Okay.
like it. I'll at least watch the first bit of it. I was never
The
really
first
into the whole
season is like
cr-
prime. The fourth season is amazing too. The third season is a little weird, but
I was never really into the whole Karate Kid thing. You know what I mean?
I was never super into it, right? But like, it's just you were always into like fighting movies, right?
Yeah, I like the fighting movies.
The fight scenes in the show are amazing. Like, it's a very showy kind of like non-practical approach to fighting, but like because they do a bunch of like crescent kicks that look good for the camera. But like some of the scenes are just amazing. I think you'll really like one character in particular
Is the guy
named
with the mohawk?
Yes, I think you will love that character. Um, you
Also,
know,
I just looked at My Hero on Hulu. I think it's only subs now. Actually, like there's not even any dubs on
oh
it right now.
really?
I think
I'm just gonna have to like bite the bullet
you're
and
just gonna have to,
watch
dude.
it.
Once you embrace it, you'll
It's just so
feel the
difficult because
passion.
like the thing that really like messed me up is all the characters have different voices now. And
They're
I'm just
more
like, what the heck
passionate.
is going on?
They care more. Come on, man.
And you know what else messed me up is I kind of looked into what's happening in the manga or the manga.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yep.
oh, I already know what happens.
Well, you gotta watch it anyways, though, because the fights that happen in the manga are animated.
That's true. And I know there's some really cool Shigaraki stuff that's about to happen in this season.
Oh yeah, and the
But
sixth season in I think I want to say fall is when the sixth season is happening, and that's gonna be good too.
mhm. um
Yeah, I think that's yeah
yeah, so
fall.
I guess expect I don't want to let you guys down. I need to watch it. It's just with school starting it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
Um expect in the future a Cobra Kai season 1 review and a My Hero review.
okay,
So, we'll do both of those things. I'll just try to watch maybe an episode a day if that's possible.
yeah, it's 20
So,
minutes,
yeah, which I'd probably be more like I binge it one day and then don't watch it the next day. But
probably more likely. Yeah.
all right, well,
Mm,
we'll see you
see
guys
you guys
next
next time.
time.
Yeah, did it at the same time.
Yep, Jinx.